Hi guys, it's Nicole here, the Harmonious Hippie. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to do a physical practice today. We're going to be instead talking about manifestation and how you can bring that into your life, how you can use gratitude and affirmations and that kind of thing to bring about change in your life, bring about the things that you desire, and that kind of thing. So thanks so much for joining me. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can go ahead and do that and hit the bell icon so that you get a notification every time I post a new video. I do post every Saturday and then occasionally during the week when the mood strikes. Like this video if you enjoy it, and comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see next, if you have any questions on anything that we covered today, and even if you just want to say hi. Thanks so much. Let's get started. Okay guys, so to just start off, just a little bit about what manifestation actually is. It's sort of the idea that whatever you're putting out is what you're going to be getting back. So if you're always saying like, oh, everything bad happens to me, my life sucks, like I bet my car is going to break down, I bet, you know, this is going to happen to me. Of course, that would happen to me. Like everything bad always just happens to me. When you're putting out that kind of a negative energy, the idea is that that's like the wavelength that you're on, and that's what's going to in turn be brought back to you. So if you're a little bit more hoopy doopy hippie like me, then you might see it as like you're speaking things into existence and that's what you're putting out. So that's what you're going to get back. But on a less sort of hippie level, it is that general idea of energies in the world, just like with the body, like electrons, you know, like a positive and a negative aren't going to come together. It's negatives attract negatives and positive attracts positive, that kind of thing. So it's just that general idea that you want to always be trying to put out the energy and the wavelength, live on the wavelength that you want to be receiving. So one of the number one greatest ways to assist with manifestation and getting what you want out of life is gratitude. So that's very, very important. It's something that I kind of do during the morning on my drive to work when, you know, COVID isn't here and I'm actually driving to work instead of getting out of my bed and walking over to my desk. But it's something that you can kind of do every morning, even not driving, just like when you're sitting down having your morning coffee. It doesn't need to be huge, groundbreaking things. It can literally be my morning cup of coffee. Just kind of sit there and take stock of your surroundings, events that have happened recently in your life, and just kind of think like, I am so grateful for that. I'm really grateful for this cup of coffee. I'm grateful for having a vehicle that runs. I'm grateful for having a roof over my head. I'm grateful for having air conditioning, living in the Cayman Islands, or I would be burning up right now. And not even just speaking it out loud, really feeling it and starting to let that kind of fill you up, that idea of like, oh my goodness, like look at all of this amazing stuff that I have happening in my life. And it even can get to the point where you think of negative things that have happened to you and you can almost feel that gratitude for that thing happening. Because it's helped you appreciate more when you do have the positives. It's made you stronger, that kind of thing. So gratitude can be very, very important with manifestation and bringing your life up into a more positive vibration. Obviously, whenever you're feeling down in the dumps or negative, it is kind of hard to just immediately be like, you know, I'm grateful for this happening to me, but it's something that you can kind of start to work towards. So maybe at first you wallow a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. If bad things are happening to you, you are totally within your rights to get frustrated and get annoyed and feel bad. You can lay on your couch and pout and, you know, do what feels right to feel that emotion. But then afterwards, try and turn it around and just think like, you know, not the whole, this is happening for a reason, everything happens for a reason. I know a lot of people think that that's just silly, but just the idea of like, this is here to teach me a lesson. Like there's something that's going to come from this that's going to be a little bit better. And just to try and view it like that, once you get over that initial hump of feeling bad about it, trying to kind of just work your mind around how it could potentially be something greater for you. So just a personal example, I shared recently on the Harmonious Hippie Instagram page that I was having a hard week, that my car had kind of been breaking down. I found out that my landlord was raising my rent by quite a bit, and I was just feeling so stressed. And the initial reaction to that was just, what is going on? My whole life is falling apart. This always happens to me. Everything bad always happens to me. I can never just be happy. all of that stuff that's ingrained kind of that immediately comes to the surface. You can be feeling gratitude and then one thing goes wrong and you're like, my life is always a disaster. Everything's always bad. So instead of wallowing in that, which, you know, I sure did, and you're totally allowed to, that's totally valid. But I've gotten to the point now with it where I've thought, you know, my car ended up being fine, but even if it hadn't, like, I had built up my emergency fund so that I was able to afford to fix it. So like, even though it sucks to have to spend the money that you don't want to, it's like I have the means to do it. If my car breaks down, I'm not stranded. I have the means to fix it. With my house, I've actually ended up finding another place. I'm going to be moving shortly, so you guys might start seeing a different backdrop to my videos. So I'm actually moving into a bit bigger of a place, which I'm really now excited about. My cats are going to get a bigger house to run around in. They've got a little bit bigger of a screened in porch out the back, so they're going to be able to just like run around more and enjoy more. The place is beautiful. It's got a pool. Like there's so much positive to it that now I'm kind of seeing it as a, you know, this thing that seemed so bad. Like, why is this happening to me? Why are they raising my rent? This is something that's being done to me because I can never be happy. It's like, this was the push that I needed to find a place that would be better for me and for my cat children, for us all to be happier. So just that kind of idea of totally fair to feel bad and to wallow when you first have bad news or something bad happens. Obviously within reason, there is tragedy and grief, and that's something completely different. There's no right or wrong with that. If you've lost something or anything like that, if you're going through something really, really hard, there is no, let me think of how I can make this positive or in what way this is serving me to have a relative die. Not at all. You can totally feel horrible and sad and reach out for help in those times to try and make sure that you are connecting with other people and doing the best that you can to take care of yourself. But just this message does not apply if something truly tragic is happening to you. That's totally goes without saying here. But otherwise, when we start to move into manifestation, journaling is a really helpful way to bring that about. So I find that I like to do a lot of the stuff on yogagirl.com. You can do a subscription to her, or I guess there, because it's not just her. She has a whole team that's set up that website. You can get a subscription to that. And in a lot of her videos, she does like new moon and full moon ceremonies and that kind of thing. And she does do journaling prompts that kind of help set affirmations and speak things into existence. So I find what a really good idea is to just make lists. Like, they're not kidding when they say to write down like your 5-year plan or your 3-year plan, 10-year plan, whatever you want, to actually sit there, tune in, see what's working in your life, what you're really happy about and what you really appreciate, feel that gratitude, and then get out your journal and just write down like, in 5 years, I will. It's not even like, I'd like to have this. It's, I will. In 5 years, I'm going to have X amount of dollars saved. In 5 years, one of mine that I'd put not that long ago, in 5 years, I will have my yoga teacher training certification. Like a month later, it was presented to me by the universe, whatever you want to call it. But it, like, perfect opportunity popped up like a month later after I'd written that down. So these are like, maybe it's hoopy doopy and maybe you don't quite believe it. So that's kind of important too, is actually like feeling like, yeah, I've said it, I've put it down, it's happening. That's very important. You have to actually believe that it's gonna happen, because that in turn, if you're not believing that the universe is providing it, thinking of like biologically how that's gonna work, because you've written it down. It's something that you've said, yes, this is happening. So maybe it's not the universe presenting the opportunities to you. You can believe whatever you want with that. But in the back of your mind, that's something that you've actually spoken out loud. You've made it real to yourself. So you might naturally, in ways that you don't even necessarily notice that you're doing it, you might naturally just be like, oh, well, I really want to, I don't know, have a pool. So you've spoken that into existence. You've spoken it out loud. You know that that's something, it's happening. I'm doing it. I'm getting it. Maybe next time you go to shop for a house, oh, look, that one has a pool. You're looking for that more. It's something that's actually like popping up to you. Whereas like maybe before you would have walked through the store and not noticed that there was a sale on blow up pools, but now all of a sudden it's almost as if it's right there in your face. So it's just these things that might bring around some more, like your attention to it more for things and opportunities that were maybe already out there, but that you didn't necessarily realize were right in front of your face. And now it seems almost as if by magic, it's right there screaming at you. And that's the thing too. You can't just like ask for things to happen. I'm manifesting that I'm going to have $1 million by next year. Okay, so now I can just go sit on my couch and quit my job and wait for my $1 million. It's not like that either. So it's like you do have to actively move towards it. So opportunities will be presented to you. Say your goal is to make $10,000 more by next year. Well, maybe something will suddenly come up where a new job that makes a lot more money is presented to you, or you're presented with some opportunity to make money on the side or something like that. So it's really listening and tuning into what is being presented to you out in the universe, out in the world as well. So just being very cognizant of what your goals are as you move through your day in the world. And then you'll hopefully see the things that are coming up and opportunities that are being presented so that you can actually start to move towards these goals that you've written down. So on that note, I think right now what I would like to do to kind of end this off, it's not going to be a long video today. You guys don't need to stare at this hairdo for that much longer. So what we're going to do now is just do a little bit of like a guided meditation, but it's going to be a meditation that's a little bit more active in your mind. So we're going to do like a manifestation meditation. So just getting comfortable wherever you are. You can sit in a chair, you can sit cross-legged on the floor if that's what's comfortable for you, whatever you feel is working for you. Just coming to a comfortable seat, rooting down, and you can place the hands on the legs. The hands can be face down for grounding or face up for receiving. For this type of a meditation, if we're manifesting and trying to bring stuff in, I would suggest having the palms face up, just to receive all that goodness that the universe has in store for you. So closing down the eyes and just dropping into the body, beginning to feel your breath moving in and out at whatever pace that it's coming naturally. And tuning into your body, just doing a quick body scan, starting at the top of the head and not pausing anywhere for a particularly long period of time, just scanning down evenly through the body, noticing any sensations, any tension, any stickiness where there's maybe something being gripped or held onto. Just observing that without judgment as you scan down. And as you start to come towards the end of that body scan, coming into the lower body, towards the ends of the toes, just beginning to tune into your anchor point. So finding that point in the body where you most feel your breath. And this could be different from where it was yesterday. Could be that you find you always have the same anchor point. There's no right or wrong here. Just noticing whether you feel the breath most in the nose, in the throat, chest, or the belly, or maybe somewhere else. There's nothing wrong. Just focusing your attention on that point and observing the breath coming in and out. Perhaps you've already really dropped in and you notice that your breath is already getting a little bit longer and deeper. Just taking a couple of cleansing breaths. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose and opening the mouth side out. Let's do that twice more, just gathering up any tension, troubles in the body, in the mind, and just letting it go with your exhale. So deep inhale through the nose and open the mouth. Last time, deep inhale through the nose And exhale, sigh. And just taking a moment here to think about your day so far, maybe your week so far, and just trying to tune into things that have happened this week that made you happy, maybe even made you sad, but things that at the end of the day, where we sit right now, that you are grateful for. Again, as I've previously mentioned, this doesn't need to be something super deep. It could be, I'm grateful for my morning coffee. I'm grateful for this comfortable pillow that I'm sitting on. I'm grateful for having this free time in my day to sit and meditate. I'm personally grateful for my cats. And just really feeling that gratitude. Instead of just listing things and letting them pass by in this long list of things that you think you should be grateful for, really taking a minute with each one and feeling that feeling of gratitude filling up your chest and your body, feeling how grateful you really are to have that in your life. And maybe you find that it's really easy to go through your days and weeks complaining and feeling like you're always lacking. But just taking this moment now to think of all of the things that are actually really great in your life and sending gratitude out into the universe for these things. And just letting that feeling fill you up. You can speak out loud or just think this in your head. We're just going to give a couple thank yous out to the world, out to everything that you are grateful for. So feeling that feeling of gratitude welling up inside of you, perhaps maybe a little smile comes to your lips. Deep inhale through the nose. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now turning the attention in your mind to something that you would like to manifest into your life. And again, this doesn't have to be something super deep. It's totally fine if this is something superficial, like an amount of money or a new car. Maybe you want a bigger house. It can be anything that you're looking for in your life to bring into your life. Now letting that idea of what it is that you want fill up your head, taking up your mind, and now feeling as though you've already achieved that. Feeling the gratitude, the happiness, the joy and excitement, and getting really specific here with what you want to manifest. If you want to manifest some more money in your life, manifest an actual physical amount. See yourself receiving it. If it's a paycheck, if it's like a bonus letter or something, see the letter in your hands, open up that letter, see the amount that you want on that letter. Get your paycheck, pull it up on the computer, see the amount that you want on that paycheck. Maybe it's some cash. Visualize yourself being handed that cash, the exact amount that you want. If you're looking for a new car, visualize the exact car that you desire. Maybe even the smell of the interior, the color of the paint. Maybe there's something playing on the radio in this new car that you have. Getting really specific with what it is that you desire and feeling that joy and excitement and gratitude for having that in your life, for having received what you asked for. feeling that gratitude fill your body just like it did with the things that you already have. And just send out a few more thank yous to the universe for providing this to you. Knowing that there is no limit on what any of us can achieve. It won't just run out. There's not a certain amount. The universe is abundant with its blessings, and you too can be abundant with what you desire and what you receive. So taking one last moment to feel pure joy and gratitude at receiving this thing that you desire, and taking a deep inhale. On your exhale, just releasing that into the universe. It is out of your hands, knowing that this is now a reality and everything is already in motion to bring you closer to your desires. Placing a hand on your chest over your heart, perhaps bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra, heart center, feeling your heart beating, knowing that you are a part of the universe and that your dreams are valid and that they are coming true. Taking a deep inhale and either speaking out loud or in your head. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can gently blink the eyes open. I hope you guys enjoyed that manifestation meditation. I will put the timestamp in the description box if you do want to come back to it and just do the meditation itself, so that you can know where exactly in the video to find it. As always, if you liked this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if you have any other questions related to manifesting, what you'd maybe like to see next week, anything like that. And subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's at Harmonious Hippie. And otherwise, I will see you here next week. I appreciate you. Have such a good day. Have such a good week, wherever you're at. Namaste.